Hey Toyota fans, welcome back to another Toyota Tuesday. I am Brian from the 6th Year Garage, and normally with me I would have Clinton from Dirt Garage. However, Clinton has a prior engagement today, so I'm doing the show solo tonight. So uh, this is a normal week, well, every other week, every other Tuesday right now during the summer hours. We get together and take all the questions and talk Toyotas with all of our Toyota fans for a while. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. We take a part of the show and look at some of our viewers' rides. And if you want to send us your Toyota, go ahead and send an email to toyotatuesdays@gmail.com. And also, we want to keep getting the word out that eventually the show is going to move to its own channel. It won't be hosted on Sixth Year Garage anymore. So if you look in the description, there is a link that is to the official Toyota Tuesdays channel. So go ahead and click that and get subscribed to that. And my headphones are not cooperating again here. Hang on. Okay. So go ahead and go to that link in the description, and that is to the official Toyota Tuesdays channel. And go ahead and subscribe to that. That way, when the show does switch from my channel to that official channel, you will be able to still watch. I think we got something like 25 subscribers right now. So keep them coming, guys. Hey, Fastlane, what's happening? Thanks for checking in again. One of our regulars of the show. I don't think you ever missed a show, actually. That's actually impressive. I think you've been here more times than Clinton. Um, Crazy Canadian Prepper. What's happening? Yes, long live the 22RE. That's right. This is the V6 and the V8 guy is out this week, so it's all about those 22Rs and those 22REs because that's what I love. Hilux Hoarder. That's something I was going to get to. Thanks for bringing that up. Let's talk about that. Whistle and Diesel's first Hilux video. He thought he was going to hell for this one, but after watching the next two, I bought some of his Hilux merch. Um, Absolutely, man. I was with you when I first saw he got that truck to destroy. I was a little hurt inside, a little upset, you know. But I will say, each video has gotten better and really shown the abuse that these trucks can take. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do next. It sounds like he's saying the next one might be the last. So I'm hoping it's not. But that truck has impressed everybody. It's even impressed him, you know. Um, so if you guys haven't checked that out, if you guys haven't seen the new Whistle and Diesel upload, I think it was last night or was it early this morning? I think it was last night. Um, Check it out, man. He takes it out to Moab and does some crazy stuff with it that you would be surprised that a stock Toyota on all terrains could even think about doing. Then to top it off, at the very end, he drove the thing like I think 3 miles back from back through the desert to get to the trailer with no coolant in the hot desert. 3 miles with no coolant, and the thing made it just fine. So everybody was surprised that the truck made it. Yeah, I watched it too, Austin. It was awesome. Probably the best episode of his I've ever seen him do. I mean, he does a lot of crazy stuff, but that was awesome. And I'll give it to him, man. The dude can drive off road. Like for living out in flat Midwest Indiana, he handled Moab pretty well. Maybe that's just part of not caring about rolling the rig over, but it didn't happen, so I was impressed. Rowan, hey, thanks for checking in. I'm doing all right today. Actually, I just finished filming a video a little while ago. It's going to be coming up probably not this week because I'll need some time to do some editing, but it's going to be the differences between the Japanese um, 80 Series Land Cruiser and the US 80 Series Land Cruiser. And basically just going through and showing all the cool extra goodies and options that Japan got that North America never had. So I'll probably get to that next week. Just give me some more time to go through and edit it. Um, while we're talking about videos, I want to say thanks to all you guys. You guys have blown up the dash restoration video. I didn't think it'd take off that much. That was a long one. That took a long time. And you guys saw how it turned out. At first I wasn't even gonna upload it until I went back and redid it a second time. But it was worth it, I say. Now seeing how many views it's got and how many positive comments I've got from people who said, "Oh yeah, this helped me decide to do it this way," or even suggestive comments like, "Hey, try using this kind of vinyl or this and that." So a lot of good feedback from the community, and I appreciate that. Um, let's see. The fast lane. So the 87 is leaving the garage. You're talking about my black 1987. I started it for the first time I think since I don't know, maybe January. Whenever I did that cold start video, um, I started it up because there's a guy, Michael Burbank actually, who has watched come join us on the show before. He lives out in Oklahoma, and he messaged me. He says, "Hey, I have a 1980 Toyota long bed two-wheel drive parts truck. The motor's partially disassembled. It's got like it's missing three wheels and this and that. It's kind of beat up. But he's like, if you want it, you can have it for I think he said like 300 bucks. And I was like, I would. But he's out in West Oklahoma. I'm like, I've got no way to get it. It doesn't make sense to pay to get it transported. It's not like a mint condition truck. It's missing some pieces, parts. It's got some body damage. But then it turns out he's driving to New York in I think 2 weeks, 1 week. I'll have to check the calendar. A week and a half, I think. And he says we worked it out where he's going to bring me all the parts. So I'm getting all the parts I can't find around here for my 1980, and he has a second gen pickup. So he says, hey, I need these parts for my second gen pickup. So I said, hey, I've got a 87 that I haven't done anything with because I can't find a frame and a bed. So I'm pulling parts off of that truck, meeting him down in Columbus, and he's going to bring me all the parts from his 1980, and we're just going to do a big swap. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm getting some nice body parts from my 1980 that I haven't been able to find around here, so I'm kind of pumped. So the Fastlane, to answer your question, the 87 is not leaving the garage, but some pieces and parts of it are. Mostly small stuff like trim and some interior, the bench seat, the corner lights, but the 22R and drivetrain and all that's still going to be intact. Speaking of which, when I started it, man, it was running really rough and smoking a lot. So I don't even know what's up with that because every other time I started it, it just fired right up and ran like a champ. So I'll have to look into that. But yeah, it's I gotta do something with that truck. It's taking up space, and I just can't find the parts around here for it that I need. Willow M, hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, thanks for watching. Um, I'm glad it helped a lot of people out. Yeah, the dash. I thought it would like start to bubble up and like come delaminated in that recessed area, and it hasn't yet. It's just been sitting. So I think what I'm gonna have to do next is put it through a little bit of torture test. I'm gonna put it out maybe in the sun on a hot day, and see if that does anything. Maybe toss it in the freezer, go back and forth a little bit, and see if it starts to bubble up there around that recessed area. But yeah, that was a pain. You guys saw. Um, let's see. Love the channel. I own an 86 4x4 pickup, and you've shown me things to watch for and the best practices in maintaining in gear. Hey man, I'm glad I could help, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you all for watching. Um, yes, 5620 MAR. I was going to talk about that too. We'll talk about that now. Bring a trailer. There was a 1994. Actually, I think it was a 95. I think it had the newer dash. It might have been the OBD2 model. I want to say 95 Toyota FZJ80 Land Cruiser with only 1,000 miles. Like some dude back in the day, back in the mid 90s, had the foresight to tuck this thing away and never drive it. And here we are, 25 years later, and these things are just skyrocketing in value. So he busts it out of his collection, puts it on Bring a Trailer, and it went for $136,000. That's insane. I never thought I'd see one go over six figures. But 1,000 miles, I mean, the thing is, not even broken in, like literally. Um, if it has that little miles, though, what do you guys think? that's a disadvantage, like mechanically. I mean, we talking like this thing has obviously sat for you know decades, just not driven. These seals and stuff in the engine. All these the rings have been sitting in one place. I mean, unless he went in there, maybe turned it by hand now and then, and it sprayed some oil in the cylinders. This thing has basically just been sitting and just seizing together. So, I mean, we're talking engine seals, axle seals, all kinds of seals that just go bad over time. It's not good for cars to sit like that. So I'm curious, man. I'd almost be think you'd be better off finding one with, mechanically better off finding one with 50,000 miles than 1,000 miles. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? But either way, man, the body the paint is brand new. The interior is mint. Um, it was an insane auction. I've never seen one go like that. But yeah, and we'll look at that here in a little bit. Um, Here we go. Question: can a surf body fit in a hilux chassis? Okay, so you are apparently, I'm guessing you're down in Australia. Um, your surf is our Forerunner, and your Hilux is obviously our pickup. And the answer is depending on the generation. I think actually every generation is going to have different locations for the cab mounts. Um, I think the front two at the front bumper are going to be the same, and then the front two behind the front wheels are going to be the same. But I think from there on back, they're going to be different. So it's going to take some modifications to get that to work. So in short, no, but you can make it work if you do some welding and relocating of parts on the frame. Um, let's see here. I'm curious what years you're talking about too. I'm guessing 90s maybe. I don't know. But either way, it's going to be some fabrication involved to make it happen. Okay, we have looking for advice on emitting the mechanical fuel pump to an electric. Okay, hate the low pressure start, constant start every morning. What engine do you have there? Let me know. If it's if it's a 22R, I don't know that I would go that route because I don't know. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. Toyota designed it that way. If you get into a fuel pump, you're gonna have to get into some electrical, unless you're comfortable with that. But you're gonna need to install the wiring, install the relays, and not to mention figure out the right fuel pump you need for that carb setup. 22R. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I'd do it, just because it was never designed to be that way, and I really don't know, honestly, about using a electric fuel pump on a carb engine. I don't know how that would work out. On an engine that everything is ran by vacuum, and that mechanical fuel pump just spitting in a little bit of fuel as the engine runs. I don't know the equivalent of an electrical fuel pump that you would need to get the right gallons per hour or liters per hour, whatever rating they have where you live. So yeah, I don't know, not sure. Not to mention you're gonna have to get a new fuel. You might have to get a new fuel tank, I think, because I know the 22 REs, um, they have a whole separate different fuel tank that is able to accommodate a fuel pump, and think I wonder if the lines would be the same too. Yeah, I agree with Austin, man. Keep it mechanical. The beauty of the 22R is that it's so simple and there's so little to go wrong. Um, yeah, I get it. It takes, especially after it sits for like a week. I mean, you gotta crank the thing for like a good 10 seconds to get it going, but that's just the way it is. If it's doing that every time we start, every morning though, that makes me wonder if something else might be the problem. Like I know, depending on a lot of times the temperature where you are, you may have to give it more or less gas. It could be maybe the choke needs adjusted. So it might be another issue. And I don't think that switching to a electric fuel pump would be the correct way to band-aid that. I'd start looking to the root of the problem. So, well, hey, caught up by questions here. Let's go check out this 1,000 mile FZJ 80 on Bring a Trailer and see how clean this thing is. Okay, over to the other screen here. There we go. Sold for $136,000. But okay, it spent its life in the collection of its original owner. So and they replaced the tires. I guess they just dry rotted. Drive belt, same thing. Battery, engine oil. So it was out in the East Coast. So obviously you never saw a winter because that's still in beautiful shape. Body colored fender flares. That green looks really good, brand new. Most of them you see now are just really faded and kind of dull, but that looks really good. Yeah, there's the seats, but without a doubt the nicest uh, 80 series Land Cruiser original seats. Those are mint. Yeah, really nice shape. So clean. Underside is beautiful too. But yeah, there it is. You know what? Hey, I'm gonna grab this link right now and I'll post it in the comments in case you're interested in checking out more. But they get all kinds of pictures. They got videos on it. Oh, just reminded me of something. The truck comes with New Hampshire registration, as the state does not require titles for vehicles of its age. So you guys remember on my 1988 Legend that I bought without a title with just a bill of sale in Ohio. Ohio, if you've been following that series, Ohio does not want anyone to own a vehicle that does not have a title. If you buy a vehicle without a title in Ohio, you're basically screwed. So I did the Vermont title route and I applied by mail to the Vermont Title DMV, filled out the paperwork, sent in, I think after the fee and the tax, the total was like $151. And about a month later, just this past week, I received my, oh, actually, here, I'll grab them right now. Check that out. It works. So if you guys are wondering, you can get a title for a car with no title, even in a stickler state such as Ohio. So I haven't tried to transfer this title to an Ohio title yet. That's going to be a whole another process. Um, I'm not confident it's going to work. I may have to end up going to Michigan first, and then from Michigan to Ohio, just because Ohio is so picky and strict on titles. But yeah, I'll document that whole process and get a video on that as well because I think that could help a lot of people out. Basically, if your vehicle is older than 15 years, you do not need a title to register it in Vermont, just a bill of sale. And then the Vermont registration um, acts as a title for vehicles 15 years or older. And then that should, in theory, make it the equivalent of a title to go back to your own state and transfer that to a title for your state so that you may get your own state's plates on your car, which, like in Ohio, I think you have like X amount of time, maybe a year. I don't even know. But you have to, after a certain amount of time living in the state and having a residence in the state, you're supposed to get your plates and your title and all that switched over um, to that state. So, not to mention, if you ever wanted to sell it, you'd also need to have it titled in your state as well. At least that's the way it is in Ohio. So, and Ohio is awful when it comes to titles and rust. You guys know that. Back to comments here. Let's see here. The fast lane. Being curious here. Do you know why my dad's '86 Toyota 4Runner 22RE Auto It shakes when it's in gear when you're in a stop. When you accelerate, it's back to normal. Hmm. Well, only when it's in gear, only when it's in drive and you're holding on the brake. Do you think it's something to do with the engine or any support? Hmm. You know what? I'm trying to think about this. I don't want to give you guys a bunch of dead air here, but off the top of my head, um, what are your R? Does it have a tack on it? What are your RPMs when it's doing that? I'm curious. It might just be that the idle is dipping down too low and it's kind of struggling a little bit. But if the idle is where it should be, then that makes me wonder if it could be something else wrong. Yeah, let me know if it's got a tack on it, and if you know what the RPM is when that's happening, post that up. Not that these factory tacks are that accurate, but I mean, at least it gives you a loose idea. You know, they can be off by a couple hundred RPM. Yeah, you guys are suggesting a miss in the motor, Tom Jones. There's a good chance that could be it as well. Let's see here. Are Another question: Are homemade leaf shackles strong enough? I mean, it really depends on the material that you make them out of. Um, my truck has homemade shackles on it, and they are some pretty beefy. I'd say they're quarter-inch steel. Um, they're made by the previous owner, but they've been fine. So yeah, absolutely. Just make sure you're using thick enough metal. Let's see here. You can't even get Austin. You can't even get plates for your hunting quad in New York without a title. Hey man, I don't know if four wheelers will work, but I know you can get a motorcycle uh, plates through Vermont, so maybe worth looking into. Let's see. I have sent you a 1985 SR5 in the email that has spent most of its life in the garage, 10 years longer than the FZJ80 on Bring a Trailer. It has 12,000 miles on it. Helix Hoarder. Yes, I did see. I think I saw your emails. You are Steven. Yes, the black one. Um, Yeah, the black truck. We'll look at that here in a little bit. The fast lane. It's a DLX, so I can't read the RPM, so no tack on that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think here if there's another solution to get around that, aside from installing an aftermarket tack, which is a lot of work to trace a shake. Let's see. Something with a torque converter if it's only doing it in gear, not moving. Yeah, I don't know. And to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about the Toyota um, automatic transmissions. I've had one, and it didn't have any issues. It was you probably have the I'm trying to think which one that even would be. The Is it the A43D maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see here. In Oregon, all we do is pay the $10 off-road permit and move out. Yeah, yeah. Some states are definitely more chill than others. New York, Ohio, not good states to try and deal with that. Um, Speaking of which, Toyota Tuesday, let's go over here to the reader emails. By the way, if you want to take a look at your truck on the show, send me an email to toyotatuesdays@gmail.com. So where were we? May 25th. That was the last show. We are at June 11th. Here we go. Been a long time viewer of Sixth Gear Garage and Dirt Garage and enjoy both your content. I live in British Columbia and I've been an avid Toyota fan for many years. I've collected a stash of trucks, 4Runners, Celicas, and a Supra. Nice. I do love the 80s Supras, early 80s Supras. I also have a wide assortment of other vehicles, including sidekicks and Mustangs, amongst others. Wow, this is awesome. Here's a video of just a few of my Toyotas. Sorry about the wind noise. After I retired, I moved my collection from Maple Ridge to the BC interior. It took 3 years. Wow. So you restore them. That's awesome. Let's see. A factory RET pickup with an R151. Very nice. Very nice unicorn you have there. And the jewel is the 1985 SR5. Here we go. Purchased at 2015 with only 20,000 kilometers. All right. We'll check out the. Oh, I gotta download these. That's right. Pop this open. This is the Yoda Horde. Um, if I hope you have a YouTube channel because I'd love to see more of this. To be honest, man. Open here. Come on. There we go. Okay. Oh wow, there's a lot here. Wow. And I thought I had a problem because I've owned about what 8 or 9 of these trucks now, but not all at once. This is impressive. So you got this is the you got third gen, we got a clean first gen. These are all really clean. You're in Canada. Wow. I don't see much rust. Nice four-wheel drive, first gen. Another one. That white one's real nice. Oh wow, that's real nice. I like that. Original graphics on it. Here is a 1985, or is it a 4, 5? One of the two. Real, a little bit of the rust there, but still real clean. A 4Runner project there. Nice as well. Looks like maybe 80, what, 6? Another 85? Ooh, this is nice. This must be the low mileage one, I'm guessing. That thing is really clean. And 80, I don't know, 7, 8. Nice. All right, let's get to the next email. Okay, here it is. So it has over 24,000 kilometers, just under 20,000 miles. Original paint, original brake shoes, and tires from new. Yeah, put new tires on, probably good. Kept the tires, okay, yeah. It's a good idea, man. Yeah, exactly. Even if you have those original tires, that would greatly increase the value to somebody on, for example, bring a trailer. So interesting note here, guys. If you're in the U.S., you're used to seeing these trucks with the flat side bed. Here, up here, I'm guessing this was an original Canadian truck. This has the import style bed. You can see it's got the recessed area here. So, I don't know. I prefer the I like the flat side bed because it kind of matches the body lines better. But this is really cool because I see even less of these than I do with the flat style bed. So really nice. All original graphics. Very cool. Just look at the mud flaps. The things are mint. Got 22RE. Even the bolts still have the original zinc coating on all of them. This is this is clean. No rust on the heat shield. Wow. Graphics are mint. Look at that. Look at that seam. Not a speck of rust. Wow. I'm really impressed. This is nice. This thing looks like brand new inside. Original radio. Look at the leather on the shift knob. Not even scuffed up. You still got the grain pattern on the steering wheel. All mine are like smooth by now, you know, with over 100,000 miles on them. And of course, a crack-free dash. Original brakes. That's amazing. Wow. Yeah, if you wanted to get rich, you could put this on Bring a Trailer easy. And I bet I would not doubt this is a $30,000 minimum, $30,000 truck. US dollars, not Canadian. This is literally a time capsule. Like you said, it could go in a museum. I'm curious, does it have the original floor mats? It looks like I see the outline of one there. Wow. I would say this is the cleanest second gen Toyota pickup that I've ever seen. Right here. It's mint. Wow. I'm gonna look at those some more later. All right. Uh, getting on to here. A few more shots. A few second gen trucks. Yeah, wow, the block has the original black paint on it still. Look at that. Original stickers on everything. Look at those bolts. This is the most I've been impressed by one of these trucks in a long time. This is nice. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that. It's got the double stacked console and that armrest is mint. Look at the seats. Look at that. The net's not even sagging. Wow. Nice boots. All original too. That's amazing. 20,000 miles. Wow. I just can't get over this. I keep saying wow, but sorry guys. I could just keep staring at these pictures and looking at all the details. Look at that center console. Yeah, you could have a nice payday if you were ever to let this truck go for sure. Okay, moving on here. Okay, this is the S10 that shares. I try refresh me, Austin, in the chat. It shares Toyota parts, and I'm trying to remember what it was. It's been a while since we've seen it. Is it the frame? I don't remember. I cannot remember. And I don't think it's the frame. It was something though. But there's an update on that. Let's see here. Postal Redneck. Hey, what's up, man? Seen your first Toyota parts truck in Michigan at a little local scrapyard. Ooh, ooh, that's not too far. What do we have here? Maybe in for a road trip. It's a two-wheel drive. Don't know the year, but I'd guess maybe a 86-ish, 87-ish. Looks a little rough around the edges. Although there's no holes in the bed that I can see. It's actually a nice shape for sitting out for so long. Man, I'd buy that whole thing. This is why I have too many trucks. There it is, another view. That's actually not bad at all. That is actually a nice bed for Ohio standards. Nice find, man. Thanks for sending that in. Very nice. Get back up on the comments here. You guys been busy over here. Let's see. Our blue point timing light has an optional temporary tach. Maybe hook that up and give it a go. There you go. Good idea. Let's see. Send a picture of the 86 two-wheel drive truck. Has the FabTech 3.5-inch lift with springs. Let's see here. I don't think I saw your picture. Let me go look again here. No, did it go into spam? No, it did not. Uh, Send that over again, John. I'll take a look. Go to ranch. Yes. That is awesome. Helix Hoarder. Yeah, that's where all the Toyotas are, for sure. And those are clean too. You are exactly. He is sitting on a gold mine for the prices that these trucks are going through right now, for sure. Um, yeah, the SR5, like I said, was the nicest I've seen. Cleanest seam in the world. Right on. I agree 100%. Here we go. Question. Tom Jones. Wonder if you can make an 86 extra cab fit on an 81 long wheelbase frame, both 4x4, just the cab. Um, I'm gonna say not without a lot of fab work. I think you're gonna be moving body mounts around a lot. Um, hmm, good question, but no, because I don't think so because the first gens never had an extra cab, just a longer bed. So I don't think the mounts would work out at all. Um, plus, you gotta look at gas tank location um, because the second gen cabs, extra cabs, have a sort of like a recessed open area on the back to allow for that gas tank. So you're going to be looking at a lot of work. Cross member is going to be in a different place. So um, maybe not that hard if you're good at fabricating, but definitely a lot of time and a bit of work. All right, everybody loves the SR5 uh, Helix Hoarder, so congrats, you've got a cherry truck there. Um, let's see, has anyone kept the original manifold for torque, or chose the LCE header? John, I assume you're talking about a 22RE, um, or 22R, one of the two. John, send the pictures to Toyota Tuesdays at gmail.com. Make sure you put the S after Tuesdays, or else somebody is getting a lot of random pictures of trucks. Toyota Tuesdays at gmail.com. Let's see here. Header all the way. Yeah, you guys are all voting to go with the header. That was it. Yeah, Austin. He's got the Toyota front springs and the topper. That was it. Let's see. That's an 86 Rust bucket. You must be talking about the one in the junkyard. Good eye. Uh, 670. Ran an LCE off-road header, full 2.5-inch exhaust, and a heavy flywheel on my 90 standard cab with 7 inches of lift and 35s with 456 gears. All the hills here went from second gear screaming to pulling fourth. Nice. Yeah, they are pricey for sure. LCE, you get what you pay for though. Um, and they know what's up with the 22RE. Those guys, I wouldn't doubt any part from them at all. Postal Redneck. It was infested with bees. Yeah, it's not worth getting stung over for sure. Um, although if I'm ever in Michigan, I'll bring a couple cans of Ray with me. I'll go check it out, man. You know how I am about these Toyotas. Um, well, gents, all right. All right, enjoy your walk and with your dog, and we'll see you back here in a little bit. Well, let's see, 20 minutes. We'll be about ready to sign off at that point. So if we don't catch you in 20 minutes, then we'll see you in 2 weeks. Because don't forget, guys, we're doing the show every 2 weeks now for summer season. Because this is like our productive wrenching season for Clinton and myself, um, being up north. So summer show schedule is every 2 weeks. Let's see. Jesse drives an 86 Hilux, currently on 32s and a 2-inch lift, and it's pretty capable off-road. He wants to get lockers but don't have a heap of money. Recommendations. Do you drive this primarily off-road, or is it an on-road slash off-road vehicle, or mostly on-road? Um, that's going to depend a lot on your locker situation. For example, I drive. I used to daily drive my Toyota, my 85 on road. I mean, I drove it 100 miles a day to work. So I have a ARB air locker on the rear, um, which I can turn on and off and activate. That way, I'm not constantly, locked in the rear for one, if I welded it. Two, I'm not having a lunchbox locker that's, making a bunch of noise and kicking around and that kind of stuff either. It's nice just having that completely open diff for like highway driving and city driving, and then just pushing that button and being ready to go off road. Of course, that's an expensive option. I think they're like with the kit and the compressor and all that. You're looking at about, I think it's like $1,000, maybe even more now, maybe like $1,100 now. In the front though, normally being manual locking hubs, um, they're normally disengaged. So the front has an Aussie locker. So as soon as you lock in those hubs, put it for low, that front is locked, and that is a much cheaper option. And to be honest, I'm really impressed with the Aussie locker. It's never given me any issues. Let's see. It's a daily, but you only drive 5 minutes to work. Yeah, if it's going to be driven on the street, yeah, you generally, unless you're really hardcore, yeah, you don't want to mess around with going with a welded diff. Um, so yeah, you definitely will want to go with some lockers. I'd say go with the rear first. Um, that's going to be the one that's going to make the biggest difference off road, and then farther on down the road, when money allows or whatever, you can always go with the front. But yeah, a lunchbox style locker, Detroit or whatever have you. I'm not sure what they have out your way, but something like that that's going to be friendly for the road is what you want. Let's see, Postal Redneck. If you ever want to make the trip, I'll get you more pictures beforehand. It's only 15 minutes from my house in a small scrapyard. If I'm ever up in Michigan, man, I will hit you up. Not to mention, man, I just want to see like all your cool projects. Postal Redneck, by the way, he's the guy who put a truck capper on an '88 Olds uh, sedan and basically broke the internet. So if you've seen the old Oldsmobile sedan with the with the truck cap with the little high rise in the back, that's his. So check out his channel. He's got a lot of videos on it. Let's see. Sweet channel. Thanks for the info and not taking super long to say slash do it. Thank you, man. Because you know what? We watch some of these channels and they go on and on and on, and this and that's all mixed in with it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a lot of time, man. I'm, self-employed. I got kids. I got a ton of projects. When I'm learning how to do something, I just want to, you know, get get the beans and get back to it. I don't want to sit here and watch this and that and watch you go to the store and watch you walk your dog and do all this other stuff. So I do that because I appreciate it when I see it in somebody else's video. So thanks, man. I'm glad you guys like the format that I do. It's kind of taken me a while to perfect it, but it's always getting better. Let's see, where are we here? Yeah. 670 fast CRF, good advice. Yeah, if it's a IFS front, um, those don't like lockers quite as much as a solid front. Um, I think in the end though, I think the weak point is always going to be your burr fields, or your axles if you're really going hard off road. Let's see here. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, if the S has a welded diff and you're driving out on the road, you're gonna be a lot of squealing around town. So, hey, man, that could be kind of fun too. Let's see. Stay away from locking it up for a daily. You'll build skills every time you get stuck open. Yeah, I agree. Well, hey guys, it's about what 9:45 here. Um, I have not really been on the internet a lot, so I don't have a ton of classifieds to check out, but I do have a few Facebook finds and a few eBay finds as well, just to go through and kind of see where the market is on these trucks because it's always changing. Well, always going up, and then you got guys like I'm serious. If you've watched the Whistle Diesel videos, now is the time to get out there and buy a truck because this is going to make the values go up without a doubt because he's got, what is it, like 2.5 million viewers now. And after we see what that truck can do and what it can go through, it's going to be Top Gear effect all over again. People are going to want to start buying them, and prices are just going to go up, up even more. So watch, watch, they'll go up. Where were we? Where were we here? Oh, you got a 85 EFI. Nice. ARB setup. Old man emo lift. That's good parts indeed. Stock springs are old and sagging. Rebuild the front axle seals. Yep, yep. I need to do that in my 85 as well. My front seals are leaking pretty bad. I'm hoping I can get to it this year. We'll see. I've been saying it for like the last 2 years, so we'll see. Um, yeah, too bad. I wish Clinton could make it. Play, man, stop in again, man. Send us some more pictures anytime. We'd love to check them out again. So let's see here. All right, here we go. Over to the Facebook finds, and this is just what I find browsing around on Facebook here and there. And this is a 1985, I'm sorry, 1989 two-wheel drive in Oregon, and this was pending right away for 500 bucks. Two-wheel drive pickup, ran when parked. You know how that goes. Needs accelerator pump and distributor. No title, but 500 bucks. I mean, look at the parts you get here. Look at that. That's for 500 bucks. I buy that in a second. Just the parts alone I could use on my truck are worth it. You can see it's got the seam is actually rusting off here, and I have a bed that I bought for mine. It did the exact same thing, the exact same parts falling off. So that must be a common issue for those trucks. Pretty rough though, actually, in the inside. But there's what you get for 500 bucks for a parts truck. 20R. 1982 custom. Unfortunately, there's only one photo, but he wants 4 grand, 70,000 miles. Project Crawler, custom cab. DM for full info. I don't know why they do that. Just post it in the ad, you know. Needs to be built, but there it is. I like the weird, unusual stuff, and this is a very weird and unusual one. I wish there was more photos. I don't. I don't know if what are those like S10 or Chevy headlights? I don't even know what's going on here, but it's different to say the least. Okay, a 1986 4Runner out in Idaho, sold. This one sold really quick. 42-inch pit bulls, 2RZ swap, new everything basically. Hydro assist, 6-shooter knuckles, high steering. I mean everything. 529s, dual cases. This has got all the goodies. Totally built to go anywhere. Um, Check it out. This thing is beautiful. Love it. Man, those 42s are massive. Yeah, I would not doubt that this is worth every bit of the 12 grand. I mean, you're looking at parts alone are probably worth that. Not to mention the labor and the swap and all that. I mean, somebody got a good deal on a rig that's going to go anywhere. So, very nice. We looked at that already. So I did go on eBay as well and look around to see what's selling here. Here we start over here. We got a 1980 RN 47 4x4 long bed, 4-speed manual, sold for 7,500 bucks. That seems like a pretty good deal. Look at the condition of the truck. A little bit of rust there in the bed, little ding in the front fender, but overall it looks really good. All the trim, all the details. Yeah, there's a little bit of the rust there, but I mean around here, oh I didn't. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. Okay, well maybe they just got a fair deal. That's too bad. That sucks. Okay, okay. Well, yeah, all right. I didn't look through all the pictures the first time I saw it, and it shows. Now this is bad. This is bad because not only is there rust here, but that allows water to travel down into the A-pillar, and these trucks are prone to rust in the A-pillars, as you know. Not to mention, look at that seam coming up. I'm sure water and debris is trapped down there as well. Yeah, that doesn't bug me too much, but that the roof was bad. The A-pillar that did it in for me. But the interior, look at that. That's a nice clean interior there. Extra parts. OEM too. Not the eBay, Amazon cheap parts either. Nice. All kinds of stuff. But yeah, no, that A-pillar, that was rough. 275,000 miles. All right. Next, 1985 extra cab SR5. Wow, this paint. I would say there's not. I don't see a speck of rust. But where was this? California. Okay, it shows. Yeah, this paint is definitely West Coast paint. I like it though, man. It's a little bit of patina. I'm curious how that would buff out too. Got a somehow it's out west and it has a crack-free dash. I don't know how he pulled that one off. But yeah, pretty clean underside. Nice truck. Some custom work. Custom front bumper there. I mean, given what these trucks are fetching now, um, I feel like this was a pretty fair deal. Aside from bad paint, but at least with, faded paint, you know it's original. So, 8,900 bucks. You could literally either repaint this, possibly buff that out, depending on if it's, through the clear coat or not. And you increase this truck's value by, at least $5,000. That's how nice the rest of the truck is. So, I feel like that was a pretty good buy. High miles though, 303,000 miles. But then again, it's a Yoda. It's gonna run forever. Only two owners. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that a good deal? Around here, for sure, just because it's rust free. So this is a 1980 4x4 SR5 out in Arizona. Great place to buy a Toyota. 179,000 miles. And it has a 22R from a 1983 truck. So you can see this is a little bit not all original. It's got the IFS wheels on it. I believe he would have to have spacers on there to make those fit too. Otherwise, you're going to rub the steering, I believe it is. But yeah, really clean first gen truck. A little bit of a yeah, I see a little bit of rust. Just starting right there. But hey, for original, that's impressive that it's that good. Very impressive. Look at the interior. That's beautiful. That is real nice. Again, custom done, but in good taste. And there is the 22R, early model 22R from the 1983 with the Weber. Yeah, there's a better look at the bubble there, just starting up. But no, nice truck. Um, I don't know, man. The rust really, you guys know me, I hate rust. The rust bugs me a little bit. I'm kind of surprised that went for 12,500 bucks, being that it was that far from original with the wheels and interior and the headlights and all that, plus the rust. But it sure looks good. I like the yellow. That looks really good on that truck. Where do we? Back to the comments here. I left off. Where were we? There we go. Um, Rear bearings make a popping noise for a few miles, but not leaking. I'm curious. I'm curious about that, Todd. What kind of a popping noise? Like an occasional pop or like a constant noise? I don't know. Um, I've got a video on my channel of how to replace the rear wheel bearings without a press. In the start of that video, I've got a sound clip of my truck with bad wheel bearings for a comparison. Um, Makes me wonder if you're sure it's the rear wheel bearings or it could be something else drivetrain related. Your best bet is to jack up the rear axle and shake that wheel. Grab the top and the bottom and try and wiggle it and see if you've got any kind of play, just to eliminate that it's not some other problem in the drivetrain. But yeah, should not be doing that for sure. Where were we here? Any advice for a rear suspension setup for an 88 pickup that would be heavily loaded for overlanding and mild to moderate off-road? Have 31s. Hmm. I wish Clinton was here for this. He's got a lot more experience with different suspensions than I do. Um, I don't know how much weight you're talking about adding for overlanding. Um, I'll just talk from experience here. I've got a 4-inch Pro Comp lift on mine, and it actually rides too stiff until I put about 100 or so pounds on the back of the bed, and it starts to kind of like ride a little bit softer and work the suspension a little bit more. I'd say your your best bet is to get the lift that you need, and you could always add a leaf if you needed to accommodate for the extra weight. If you do get a sag. Let's see. Tom Jones. That's ugly. I don't know which. That was one of the trucks on eBay, I assume. Or no, that's probably the one on Facebook, the custom cab. Hey man, yeah, to each their own. um, DLX bench seat. Where were we here? All right, catching up my comments real quick here. Yeah, a lot of people telling Todd to definitely tear into that. Um, Absolutely, and like someone said, it could be brakes as well. Um, but give it a wiggle. See if you got bad bearings. That's the best way to do it. Just the first few turns. That's interesting. And then it goes away. Hmm. I'm thinking about that for a second here. And then it would get quiet after the first few turns. Are you sure it's not? Um, are you sure it's from the wheel bearings and not maybe drive shaft related or something like that? Curious. Does the OME 2-inch lift kit make the truck look like it's raked, meaning higher in the back than the front? Can't tell you for sure. I've never installed the OME 2-inch lift kit. Um, I wish I could tell you. Sorry about that. Todd says has a new rear end. So that eliminates a lot of the problems, unless, I mean, you never know. A new rear end, who assembled the rear end, who assembled the third member, those specifications have to be like spot on, or else you could easily get a noise like that, while also uh, destroying your ring and pinion. Yeah, that's something that I'm not even comfortable doing. I would actually send that out to I think it's Zook, ZUK. Um, he seems to be the one who knows what he's doing the most with these rear ends, and has his whole shipping operation set up where you send it to him and he rebuilds it and you get it back. But yeah, so that's a how-to you won't see coming from me anytime soon because that's very crucial to get it done just right. Oh yeah, yeah, Tom, that was ugly. I didn't see that coming. That truck looked really nice from about 10 feet away, and that the red 1980, and that rust really ruined it for me. No play top to bottom on the rear wheel bearings. In that case, I would say it's probably not your wheel bearings, Todd. I would look into someone suggested brakes. Um, I would check for play in your U joints. Start looking around because it's probably not your wheel bearings if you've got no play. Okay. New third member, new U joints. Hmm. I don't know. That's getting weird. Um, Being that it only starts the first couple turns, I'd say it's the noise is coming from something that has to do with carrying a load to through it. What's going from a dead stop is when that torque to get the drive shaft and the rear end moving. That's when it's going to see the most load is right then when you first start going. So I would think it's something drivetrain related. Unfortunately, I don't have a good guess as to what it could be. You covered all my guesses. Yeah, I don't know. Um, do you have a center carrier bearing on your truck? Do you have a one-piece drive shaft or the two-piece drive shaft? It could be that. Just throwing out some guesses here at this point. Do you have a limited slip with no friction modifier? Good call. Yeah. Thanks, John. I'll pass it on to Clinton. I'm sure he'll appreciate the beer and the shot. Marlin crawler rear end. Okay. Well, it sounds like it's, if it's built by Marlin, it should be good. This week, the fast lane, I'm doing a 80 series Land Cruiser video. I talked about it in the start here. It's going to be comparing the differences between the Japanese versions and all the cool stuff and options they got to the US versions and all the cool stuff that they didn't get. All right, Clinton, you're getting a lot of shots and beers for you tonight if you're watching this at some point. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up here. Yeah, I hope it's not the third member either, Tom. One-piece drive shaft. Okay, that eliminates the center bearing. Well, guys, you know what? Let me check one more time for an email here. I know a couple of you said you sent me something. Oh, I got a couple. All right, we'll jump over and then we'll come back and wrap it up for the night. So thanks for sticking with me here. We'll just go a little bit over and then we'll come back in 2 weeks. All right, John, I got a couple more pictures. This is the 80, I think you said it was 86. I have to go back and check the chat. There's the 86. Nice and clean. That's a two-wheel drive, by the way. You almost don't notice it until you look at the 5-lug. It's got the four-wheel drive bed with the wider flares, the four-wheel drive, four-wheel drive front fenders, and is that the four-wheel drive bumper? Yeah, with the end caps on it. Two-wheel drive grill though, so there you go. A little hint of two-wheel drive. That's good. And this is, by the way, this is the one that has it's a FabTech lift, and that lifts a two-wheel drive truck 3 inches, if I'm correct. I think it's 3 inches. So that's what the FabTech lift looks like. All right, one more from Mike. 85 extra cab update. Got the dash cover. Ooh, nice. Oh, this is all one piece. Look at that. I have not seen one like this. Am I seeing this right? Yeah, you can definitely tell that's because you can if you look real close, you can see the seam right here where it kind of stops at the vent. But it's all painted to match. It looks really good. And this one, it looks as if it is one piece here. Same texture too. I don't know. I've never seen that style before. So nice. Let us know where you got that. I'm curious. Who made it and how was the fit in the installation? And of course, the holy grail of of options, the inclinometer. Very nice. And new windshield as well. I'll tell you what, there is nothing like the first time you drive with a new windshield. It's just too bad it'll never look that clean again. But yeah, that's a good feeling. Very nice. All right, guys. Oh, jeez, I leave for a minute and I got a ton of comments here. All right. Um, yeah, put some sunblock on that new dash. Definitely. Okay. Yeah, check it out, man. Check out the 85 SR5. Definitely. And the inclinometer looks like from an 87 to 89. Good observation there. I did not know there was a difference there. Dash is cool. Yes, Holy Grail dash, crack free with an inclinometer. It does. It is mint for sure. Um, eBay. I don't think they let you send links into the chat. YouTube doesn't because of like spam reasons. But if you want, um, email to me, Toyota Tuesdays with an S at gmail.com, and we'll check it out the next show. We're running a little bit late here, so I'm going to let you guys get going and call it a night. And thank you all for checking in. Thanks for making this a good show. And hopefully in 2 weeks we'll be back with Clinton. And we'll do it here for a while longer, just until we get all you guys, all you viewers over subscribed to the dedicated Toyota Tuesdays channel. We'll just keep doing it here. You guys know where to find me. So have a good night and enjoy those Toyotas.